it's Natasha from YMO Homeschool. Today I wanted to show you IEW, All Things Fun and Fascinating. I have the student book and the teacher supplement. When you purchase the student book, you get the teacher supplement as an ebook for free, and you can print it out. I chose to have mine bound at Office Max, but for the price of one book, you actually get both. So that is something really awesome to keep in mind. So I'm going to first start with the student workbook, and then I will show you the teacher supplement. So it has this nice cardboard front, and the All Things Fun and Fascinating is recommended for grades 3 to 5. It's considered their level A. However, I do want to mention that I called IEW, and I said, in the situation where you might have a 4th grader and a 2nd grader, what might they recommend? Because they do have a decision tree that I will link in the description box, where if you have kids of multiple ages and abilities, it kind of guides you to what you might want to use. But it didn't have that particular scenario. So I called them and asked them that, and they recommended this one, the All Things Fun and Fascinating. There are Bible heroes, and I think it's People and Places or something like that, that is recommended for grades 1 and 2. And then they have different ones recommended for grades 3 to 5, including the Student Writing Intensive A. But they said in a scenario where you have a 2nd grader and a 4th grader, they would recommend the All Things Fun and Fascinating. They mentioned that you want the reading level of whatever it is to be at or below the student's reading level. And they said that this All Things Fun and Fascinating was one of their easier level A programs, and so it wouldn't be too difficult for a 2nd grader who is a good reader, but it wouldn't be too easy. For example, if you did the Bible heroes for a 4th grader, that would be way too easy for them. So in that scenario, if you happen to have a 2nd and 4th grader, this is what you'd want to go with. But it can be used for, it's intended for grades 3 to 5. Okay, so then it has that accessing your downloads page, but also if you purchase online, it links that directly in your files. And so there's the table of contents here. So it starts off with a scope and sequence and introduction. The first thing that you're going to do, notice this is IEW Unit 1, and then oral reports. So no matter what IEW product you're using, the units are going to be the same. And so that's why they recommend the teaching writing with structure and style. They recommend that you, as the parent, go through that first before you teach any IEW products. But this is going to cover the same units, although I believe it doesn't cover all 8 units. I believe there's 8 units, and yeah, this only covers 7. So I think this leaves out a unit, but because it is, easier, level A or whatnot. But all the IEW products are going to follow that same unit format. It's just the difficulty is going to be higher the older they get. So you can apply the principles with the teaching, writing, structure, and style through any IEW product you get. If you get really good at it, you don't even need an IEW product. You can apply it just with your own sources. Anyway, so that was just a little side note. So the first thing they're going to do here is learn how to make an outline and then do oral reports from the outline. Then they're going to move into Unit 2, and they're going to learn to write from the outlines. So now that they've mastered the outlining process, now they're going to write from their outlines. And notice that covers 3 lessons. Then we have Unit 3, narrative stories, and that covers 4 lessons. And then they have a special holiday lesson, which is poetry. And they get to write some poetry. And that is optional. Then we have Unit 4, summarizing references, and that covers 5 lessons. And then Unit 5, writing from pictures, that's 2 lessons. Unit 6, multiple source research, and that is 4 lessons. And then creative writing, that's Unit 7, and that is 3 lessons. And then the final review is the last lesson. So there are 24 lessons. Now you could do this in 24 weeks, but you can also do it in more weeks than that if you spread things out, and there are some examples in the teacher booklet I will show you of that. So this tells you each lesson and then the style, what you're going to be working on. Again, the IEW style techniques are the same no matter what level or what program from IEW you are using. So these are the things that this particular book covers: strong verbs, quality adjectives, ly words, sentence opener, decoration, alliteration, who, which clause, simile, hyperbole. Number 6 sentence opener, cinquain, acronym, 5 census poem. That's with the optional holiday poetry. Decoration, 3 SSS. Decoration, conversation, the because clause, quoting people, and number 2 sentence opener. Okay, and then the subject. So they're going to be learning about all things fun and fascinating. So everything from earth and life science to famous people, Aesop's fables, stories from around the world, amazing animals, cartoon capers, men who changed the world, my favorite things. So again, they chose things for this that are fun and fascinating. Okay, and it says the lessons in this book are designed to be taught weekly. On the first day or 2 of the week, read through the lesson with your student, write student ideas for keyword outlines, and for the brainstorming pages on a whiteboard. Students may write the ideas they like in their books, then have the rest of the week to complete the assignment. Style helps. Writing can be fun. And then the ebook supplement that I was just mentioning, it tells you how to download that. But again, that's if you buy this directly from IEW, that's right in your files. If you buy it from, say, Christian Book or something like that, then you would need to access that. Okay, so then it goes right into lesson 1, tells you the goal, and then tells you some information and gives the assignment, a teacher note here. And then they have the passage they're going to read, and then the outline they're going to make. Something I also want to mention is that Andrew Pudewa says that you can never help a student too much. They won't let you. In other words, when they can do something confidently on their own, they will not let you help them. They'll say, I got it, I can do this, leave me alone type of thing. So he says to absolutely help the student as much as they need. All right, and then you'll see that there's 2 more outlines to be done for that week. And then they'll be doing an oral report on it. It has some helpful symbols and abbreviations. And then we get into lesson 2. Now they're going to be writing from their outlines. Okay, so again, it has the passages and the space for the outlines. And then they would, probably type up or write by hand their written reports, grammar help. So it's very easy to follow. I like how the pages are not cluttered. And then I want to show you, here we go, the checklist. So once we get to lesson 3, then there's a checklist. And if you're familiar with IEW, there's always checklists in their programs, but look how simple this checklist is for this level. It only has a few things here. And so they can get points by doing what they're supposed to do, and then they can lose points if they've had banned words, and the total possible points is 15 points. Now, there is actually a ticket system, and I will talk about that when I talk about the teacher supplement. So anyway, I am going to flip through here. As you can see, now we're about halfway in the book, and the story is much longer. And now we're getting deeper into the outlining process, because now we're outlining each paragraph. But I'll look at on this side. It tells some information here that the student can be thinking about. What is the setting? Describe it. Who is the character? Tell about them. What is the problem? What do the characters do, say, think, and feel? So they don't have to guess about what they should include in the outline. But again, this is halfway through the book. They've been outlining since the very first day. And so they are becoming more confident with that by this point. Okay, there's another checklist. Look, it has a few more things there. Okay, now I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way through here. Let's see. All right. Honeybees. Now they're making their keyword outline. They have a spot for their clincher here. Their checklist, look at that checklist now, is up to 25 points with multiple different things they should be including. But again, you saw how that's worked up to that. It's not, right in the beginning that is included. So they work up to this point. Okay, and then in the back, I want to show you, they have an appendix. So they have style helps here, banned words, some common prepositions, quality adjectives, and then strong verbs, and ly words and spots to put their own. All right, so that is the student book there. Now let me go to the teacher supplement. This course would be a great one to use to teach at a co-op, and I'll show you why in just a minute here. So we have scheduling for the year, tips for teaching and answers to review questions, review games, vocabulary words, vocabulary puzzles and quizzes, rewards tickets, and parent handout and detailed schedule. This is what makes this so awesome for a co-op, because it has everything literally planned out for you. Okay, so scheduling for the year, in a daily class, in a weekly class setting, so it gives you different options. And then it breaks it down for classes that meet once a week. So you would want to go to, 35 weeks. Tips for teaching and answers to review questions. Okay, so then as you see here, it just has each lesson and tells you more information on what to do. So even though the directions are in the student book, this gives the teacher more information. Now I want to go back here. Let's see. Oops, went too far. For the vocabulary games here, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so it gives you different vocabulary games you can play, especially fun if you have a co-op class. Multiple vocabulary games you can play. And they are to use the vocabulary in their writing assignments. But again, that's all told to you, scheduled out for you and everything. But anyways, here's some. You can print these out. And then vocabulary puzzles and quizzes. And it gives the answers to them too. And then we have all of our vocabulary quizzes. So again, you can print these out and give them to either your child, or if it's a co-op class, all the students. And then the answer keys. Okay, now here it talks about the reward tickets. So with reward tickets, instead of giving grades, you would give them tickets. Okay, and so they can earn tickets by doing all the things that they're supposed to in their checklist. Also for, like it says here, use tickets for the games and puzzles explained in the supplement and for making their vocabulary cards each week. So you can use these rewards tickets, you can print them out and give the students tickets instead of grades. And then they do a gift exchange. So in other words, they can purchase things at the end of the year with their tickets. And it says they collect the tickets and use them twice a year in a gift exchange or for extra credit. So you could do that, each semester where they get to kind of shop at a store basically with their rewards tickets. And then here's the parent file that I was talking about that would be so helpful for a co-op situation. So literally you can print this out and give it to all the parents. Parents, save this file. It talks about the supplies needed. Oh, I should mention that each student will need a binder with 25 page protectors in it. And they'll need note cards, pen or pencil, obviously the student textbook. And then it talks about vocabulary grades, parent days. They have parent days so the parents can come see the students' work. And then some more information here, understanding the schedule, and then the year at a glance schedule. And this is super awesome. Like I said, completely planned out for you. So what you should do in class and then what the homework is for every single week. It's even color coded. Even tells you when to play a game and everything. So that is super, super awesome. Tells you when breaks are. There's a parent day, the party and auction. That's with their tickets. And the IEW parents to-do list. Suggestions for parents helping young students. And then we have a grading sheet for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So I just think that this is so awesome, and I'm super excited to use this program, and I hope that was helpful in showing you what this program looks like, and I will see you soon.